Peace, 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 peace and love. Good morning, grand risings. How is everyone? Some of the world is up and some of the world is still sleeping. But I'm thankful I rose up with the early bird this morning. I said, well, let me get it in on the airwaves before too many people crowd it out. And a Scorpio sun, Cancer moon, Gemini rising is often up with the early bird because we realize when it's quiet, you can get more done. You know? So today, let's start out with a summary of a person that has a Scorpio sun, Cancer moon, Gemini rising. So a lot of things are very complex and often misunderstood by others, but one thing is for certain, I understand. It's usually others that got to catch up with the program. This is my life. Look at it. Scorpio sun, dominance, power, control. Cancer moon, very emotional. Gemini rising. Well, we can turn on the sauce and we can also turn it off quite quickly. People often say, dang, I didn't know you could switch up that quick. Well, now you know. And it's usually, for me, it's to switch up when too much evil is trying to take over. Just one thing I don't like is manipulation, oppression, and bullying of sorts in life. The different ways these things can come upon you. That's what we don't like. And we make it known. So a quick summary of a person that has these things going on with them. Scorpio sun, Cancer moon, Gemini rising. Combination is complex and interesting. And it brings together a balance of water and air. Yes. Airbender 2024. That's facts. That's facts. Waterbender, airbender. And when I look at the rest of my chart, I got a good amount of Sagittarius energy. So that's the elements. That's fire, water, and air. And then I'm a female. So my spirit is quite strong also. So if you know anyone or you yourself have been born under those placements, then you can relate. As someone with a combination, you are likely to be highly intuitive and highly empathic, with a strong desire to protect and care for those you love. Well, this is part of the reason why I call myself Sir Cat, because I am fiercely protective. Just look, I'm like all crustacean. You got the Scorpio, the scorpion, and Cancer, the symbol is the crab. Highly touchy, very touchy. I'm very touchy-feely, like I feel everything in the room, the energy. I see thoughts, I see emotions. I see it all. I feel it. And it just is what it is. And so therefore, I can work a room because I can feel the energies. So pretty much I know how to speak, and communications and networking is very high in my life. Very good at it. A fierce desire and a strong desire to protect and care for those you love. Oh, you better believe it. I will go to the depths of hell for mine. Kali Ma style. No holes barred. And the love is deep. We love hard and deep. So what you don't want to do is play around in that area with those that hold this sign. To fully understand the personality and psyche, it is important to also consider factors in your birth chart, such as the placements of other planets and aspects between them. Absolutely. Because on top of all this goodness, I have 3 other planets in Scorpio. So, what's that? A stellium? A triple stellium? Oh, I am quite the individual. I love myself. Very well-rounded, raised by open-minded parents. My father is an electrician, a plumber, what you call those people that go and kill the bugs, the rats and the roaches and things that you can't handle? Well, my father, exterminator, who had the license to mix his own poison. You understand? I come from very intellectual and intelligent parents. Today they came together and created I, or opened the portals for I to come forth. That was the best thing they ever done. Well. See, this is the personality of a person that's Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon, Gemini Rising, with 3 other planets in Scorpio. I have this joke, and I'm always like Dexter in his laboratory working on taking over the world. Well, yeah, that's how I roll. I have like a whole little lab. So on that note, here we go with this oracle readings and breakdown of such. Now, many of you know that my spiritual name is Serket or Set Amen Ra. And usually following that is a series of explosions, bombs, and different other sound effects that give the effect of an explosion. And so when I came into knowledge of myself, I had no problem with getting my name, in which god or goddess, I would name myself after. And I would say god or goddess because that is that Gemini speaking. Because I had a mentality test, and the mentality split me 50-50, that I can think like a man and think like a female. I have the capacity to understand both quite well. Little do anyone know, I was my parents' marriage counselor as a child. Whenever they decided to have an argument of such, I would pop up on the scene and say, you know what? I'm sick of you two. If you can't get along, you need to separate. Straight up, 5 years old. Broke it down. They had to stop and look at me. And I said, and another thing, I have school in the morning, so I don't want to hear no more fucking noise. Maybe that was 7 years old. And I would go to my bed in silence. They could have been tearing the whole damn house down, arguing and fighting in a drunken fucking stupor. Let me come on the scene and wake up. Number one, I'm tired of y'all fuckers fucking sitting here fighting and bullshitting. Number two, the proper rest. I'ma fuck something up. They would both stop in their tracks and look at me and say, you know what? We sorry, baby. Go on back to bed. And you best better believe there had been silence. Because I've always had the power to tap into my fire energy and burn your ass up with this willpower. Oh yeah. You be, yes indeed, don't play with me. Always get it on the good foot, good God. Because see, that's who I am. I've been an Avenger. I was born an Avenger, fighting fucking evil at its every goddamn turn. I remember when I grew up in the Bronx, River Park Towers to be specific. Went to the little elementary school over there. I don't even fucking remember the number. It was PS something something. That's all that matters. All that shit down there is PS this, that's not. Anyway, if you know where River Park Towers is and Roberto Clemente State Park, then you know where the elementary school is, right there on the corner. That's where I went. That was the place where I, let's say, seasoned the chicken. Because see, I didn't look like my nature. I looked like a nice little pecan tan skinned little red-headed child. Natural red hair. There's only one other family member in my family that has been born with that hair color besides me. Okay? Big red style. Like Malcolm X. We was born with red hair. So you know what that means. Tribally. And if you don't, you can find out. You don't mess with the redhead ones. But anyways, that's my life. I remember when the little kids, as I was talking about in school, yeah, there were some mean ones. They thought they were going to pick on me. I wouldn't say a word. I would just wait till one of them did something and walk over there, yoke them up and grab them up and gun them up. And then go sit my ass back down and never say nothing. Most of the teachers said, you should have left her alone. She wasn't bothering you. That was back in the day when school was perpetuated by the law of the streets. You don't bother nobody, you don't get bothered. You bother somebody, you get ready to get done up. Well, those were the laws that I grew up by. When you go asking for trouble, that's what you get. Now, when I do my oracle reading, I work on the 444 frequency. I shuffle 4 times, I cut 4 times, and then I pick 4 cards. Now, before we even get to pulling, I'm going to tell you right now, this reading is for humanity and mankind alike. There is not one creature on this planet that this reading is not for. If you call yourself a human creature, then this is for you. Whatever it's going to be. Now, I'm up to the 4 cut. Mind you, I'm working from the Isis deck, which is, if you don't know who Isis is, I suggest you look her up. Queen Goddess Osset. First Lady of the planet. The real Mother Mary. There is no other, as a matter of fact. Cream of the crop. Mother of God. Y'all better stop playing with life and get knowledge of yourself and get knowledge of other selves too. So, card 1. Serpent of Fire. Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. I wish I had my sound effects, because you would get a bomb would have exploded on that one. Card 2. Spirit of Isis. Spirit of Osset. Triumph of the Goddess. We getting ready to speak to the world now. We're getting ready to speak to the world now. Portal of Light. Card 3. She glides on wings through time and space. Card 4. Divine Destiny. The path of the divine warrior. And right after that, the sound effect you heard again was the gunshot. Let's get busy. Serpent of Fire. Excuse me one moment. I done forgot my specs, y'all. I'm about to get it in. Hold on. Check out this music for like 2 seconds. Don't you go nowhere, because you don't want to miss this message from mankind. You'll have to run it back later. Yeah, and the volume, it went by itself on 44 when I touched the button. So, just getting ready to be some fire. I'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Back down. Okay. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Card 1, we're going to go in succession. And this particular deck comes with its own description. So, Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, has its meaning already. Okay? The magic happened when I pulled the cards. That was the magic. What cards out of the deck are you going to pull is the magic. And that has been done. And I'm going to read the titles one more time. Serpent of Fire, Spirit of Osset, Portal of Light, Divine Destiny. Now, some would say, reading over, listen to the titles. Again, Serpent of Fire, Spirit of Orset, Portal of Light, Divine Destiny. Now I'm going to read the subtitles. Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, Triumph of the Goddess. She glides on wings through time and space in the path of the Divine Warrior. Oh, sound effects. Now, I'm going to tell you how this thing is going to go before I start reading. This is also the magic and the talent that you get from the Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon, Gemini Rising with 3 other planets in Scorpio. The triple stellium. This is what you get. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, what it all boils down to is how the goddess moves. Yes. I know you men think that you in charge because you've got your explosives and your bullets and everything that you men like to fancy out there. The things that y'all use to solve problems in the world out there. Well, at the end of the day, y'all, it's all about what the goddess said. Yeah? Because she's gliding on wings in the sky right now, coming in and out of that portal of light as the serpent of fire, moving towards a divine destiny, which is peace for all mankind. Or you perish like the last ones. You can either ride it out or you can get up out of here early. As you can see, there's plenty of those examples around you getting up out of here early. But I'm afraid I'm going to give the blueprint of how to survive in these times today. And it has a lot to do with respect of the goddess and restoring the proper thronage of who is actually going to get the rest of the generations of this world in a certain mindset. It will be the woman. Starting from the whole carrying of the seed for the whole 9, close to 10 months. You might can rub the belly on the outside, but you ain't connected on the inside, bruh. So you don't have control. My will move through my umbilical cord. Yeah? Anyway, let us just read what the goddess says. I know, again, I'm going to say this again. I know you men think you got it all figured out and that you're going to come and save the world with your bullets, bombs, knives, and guns. I know that's the way y'all solve things. Because this ain't Texas and this ain't Harlem. You're going to have to lay your cards down, buckaroo. Hey, yes, sir. Let's go. I'm talking about letting the spirit talk through you. When they say it ain't so, I have access like this 24/7. I don't play at any time. I have a lot of fun though, but I'm almost never playing. Let's go with Serpent of Fire. Let's let the oracle go ahead and give the book description, but I'm giving my description first, then the book description. So we just got my description. Book description. And I'm just going to read, there's a whole story and whatnot, but I got 4 cards here, so I'm just going to read the summary. Auset, priestess of the serpent sisterhood and queen of the serpent of fire, guides us through transformation now as our energy fields grow stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Now, let me just compare that to the oracle just said that. I just said that because I know you men with your guns and bullets and bombs and knives and whatnot. I know that's how you solve things in this here life as a man. But the old energies are burned away in the process of growth. So if you still solving problems, Fred Flintstone, with rocks, now guns, now knives and bullets and bombs and nuclear, then what that means is you a bitch. Straight like that. A real man will rip you apart with his hands, which means there's a whole lot of bitches running around here. Yeah, you getting it Tanya 23 style. This how she roll every day, all day. We keeping it 1000 with you. Because see, these times is not times to play with small minds. You got to get right to the point. Trust that you are growing and are capable more so than you have been previously. But do not access your current ability based on past standards as they no longer apply. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of. Beings of earth, speaking to mainly the men as the goddess, we usually let you guys handle the affairs out there in the war zones. But I'm afraid too many of our babies are being lost out there. And so we have a different perspective of wartime. Yeah? That was card 1, Serpent of Fire. Card 2, Spirit of Auset. The spirit of Auset is not happy. And them that know when the goddess is not happy, heads must fly. For she is not concerned with what you are concerned. For she knows absent with the body, present with Ra. So it is nothing, just like it is nothing for you to remove your brother man, your fellow human. It is nothing for the goddess to remove you, for she gave birth to you So what I'm saying before I read this is many of you will go to sleep next to someone, and many of you, only one will wake up by their side. And there are times when the lion shall lay down with the snake and sleep and rest in pure harmony. Oh, and there will come a time where the mother cub has enough milk to feed the little bear baby over there, whose mother has no milk. So said the actual scriptures. I'm talking about on the walls in hieroglyphs, not your scriptures that you think, because those are imposters. They are children compared to the real word of God. Not Sky Daddy, not talking about him. Because in the beginning, God was a woman. Pow! There go your little sound effects. Eggs are in the womb. Eggs are carried. It's been some very unthinkable people that have been wrestling with the question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm here to tell you the chicken came first. Eggs are housed in wombs. So either you are giving birth to or you hatched, motherfucker. So I can tell many of you haven't given that any thought. And it took you long enough. For such a time as this, your question has been answered. The foolish things of man that they take thought of over, that they take thought over. The foolishness. Portal of light. Oh, I didn't even read. Okay, I gave you my rendition. Now let's read Spirit of Offset. My bad. You see, I already know what's going down. But I gotta take my time with you. You understand? Spirit of Isis. Beloved initiate. There are times to... Oh, my goodness. I kid you not. I did not look at this prior to, but I told you there will be a time, because that's what they said. The ancients, they said that first. There's a time and place for everything. So, but I beg to differ about a time and a place for everything. Maybe I'll address that at another time. But there's a couple of things on that list that it ain't got to be no time for. That's facts. When you get in your scripture and it tells you there's a time to live, a time to die, a time to kill, a time to live, a time to this and a time to that, and a time for everything under the sun. Now, wretched wickedness is what happened there, because some of that is true and some of that is bullshit, and put together is confusing to the unintelligent mind that cannot pierce the spirit to see the truth. Beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Offset has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quests, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. She coming back. Matter of fact, rumor has it, she's already here. And the time to surrender is coming. Time to let go your guns, your knives, your bombs, and your bullets is coming. She said it was a time to surrender, but there's never a time to give up. So we going back to the strong will survive. You better be able to protect yourself with your bare hands, your might, and your willpower. I'm talking about on a worldly scale. What did the white man tell you? All was fair in love and war? Y'all pick up and memorize all this bullshit. Ain't nothing fair if love got to go to war. This is simple shit, family. You must be critical of shit you say you believe in. Put it up to the challenge. Criticize it. See if it holds up. But you can't criticize it with itself. You got to invite an outside challenge. That's like using the Bible to prove the Bible. What idiot said that was going to work? No. Use outside sources to prove your source if it's real. But anyways, back to the cards. Offset has the spirit of triumph, yeah? And will never fail in her quest. And you know what her quest is? She loves her children. And who is her children? All the little children of the world, baby. If you think, I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like, family. You are seeing a slaughter of children and babies right before your eyes, and it ain't the first time it's happened. Hello. I know it looks like terrible. Believe the goddess got it. It's to the point where sometimes I'm sure if you have any kind of intellect in your mind, it's to the point where nowadays you ask. Because the other side has claimed so many. It makes you wonder, is this the fucking place to be? Because it's hopping, jumping, and popping over there. Mostly everybody we know is over there. Interesting. Back to the cards. She will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. I know it look impossible. People are dying by the numbers every day, every day, every day. Just like you can believe in all these other things, I'm going to just put it out there. Perhaps you should give some thought into believing spirit of triumph and will never fail. No matter how bold or impossible it seems, I kid you not. Let's just move the portal of light. Let me just add one thing before I go on. If earthlings, and I mean all of us, were to just look inside themselves with truth, how can this happen? I don't know. So many are plagued. So many are demonic and don't know it. They run around here under all kind of titles. Demonic as fuck. But if everyone were to genuinely, those that are able, because there are many that are not able to look inside themselves with any balanced psychology. So many are off mentally. Even I've been accused, as rational and as well-rounded as I am, even I've been accused of rationalizing an ideology. But you can't rationalize what's true. And what is true is that a certain group upgraded civilization and everything we know and use and manipulate and take advantage of today came from that people. You see the thumbnail. See, universal law works by truth. It works by its mathematics and its calculations. And everything is calculated to the goddamn T. And ain't nothing uncalculated that still exists. Because if the calculations was off, it might just disappear. That's just how the universe is set up. Precisely the way it was meant to be for a specific reason. So that all things can work for the good of the being, the planet, the atmosphere, whatever it is. All 12 planets are in sync, or 9 planets in sync, 12 zodiacs in sync with it. So you think it hasn't been all figured out? You still think that? See how that sun rises every morning? Just as promised. And that moon rises at a certain time as promised. We calculating weather patterns, eclipses, and every damn thing we can calculate now. Ain't nothing a surprise on the weather pattern no more. Hurricane season, monsoon season. Hey, you go through something enough times, you start to formulate when it's going to happen again. And as I said that, the clock went on 44:44 when I said patterns of seasons. Portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space. It is only the physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are being conscious on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space, and to allow your sense of self to expand. It is safe for you to do this now. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual growth. You are not leaving your earthly awareness. You are instead adding to it. Now, when is the rest of the world going to start getting to this? We think we know everybody. Groups of peoples and civilizations. We think we know how they operate. We don't leave room for change and elevation and progression. We thought the caveman was going to stay a caveman forever, even though he is trying to go back to not washing himself with water. Did you see that stuff that they created? That you just put a little dab on your stinky parts? It's like lotion. You put it on your feet, your stinking ass, and all of that. And I'm looking at the commercial like, just take a fucking shower. What the hell is this all about? That was pure history repeating itself. I said, my. The Cro-Magnon is trying to go back to the cave on his own. He don't want to. We taught him how to wash, but they tired of that water now. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of when I saw that commercial, all right? Now let me get to the portal of light description. Growing in power and awareness. Most of you are having breakthroughs. You can't help it. It's the portal of light. Well, the only portal of light that I know that actually exists is the sun. Sound effects. Yes, my friends. The ancients told us a long time ago that the sun was a portal. I hope you don't think these ships are coming from distant lands and they're just traveling through freaking space like fucking Star Trek. You must know they're entering in and out of the portal of light. And if you don't know, you know now. You have been told. We can just move on. Just know that she glides on wings through time and space, through the portal of light. Let's move on. If you didn't get that, you're just not going to get it. You probably need a detox or something. Clean that colon. Divine Destiny, last one. And I'll just give my take before I get to the reading. Path of the Divine Warrior. And the card is called Divine Destiny. What you think that means? The path of the Divine Warrior has a divine destiny. From what I know, divine destinies can't be shaken. They always come to pass. That's why they're called divine destiny. A destiny is a place. Or, a location of where one aspires to be. What was written for you to do in the book of life, I would say. We have the tree of life and the book of life. And they both say we have divine destinies. And the divine destiny of the goddess is the path of the divine warrior. And if last time I checked, warrior, first 3 letters was war. Now the question is, who we at war against? Is it the goddess against guns, steel, knives? That was the title of a book, the steel thing. It's called Gun, Steel, in I forget the other word. Gun, steel, and I think it might be metal, which is a encyclopedia-sized book telling how the European persuasion manipulated the world. And it's over 1,000 pages long. Guns, something, and steel. If you Google that, the book will come up. Off the chain, yo. I'm going to start sharing little passages from it. So just in case people think we judging them and we're not judging them correctly, yes, we are. And as a goddess, I can say that. I love all my children. But some of you ain't shit. And I didn't teach you that. Let's just leave it like that. And I'm talking about all the nationalities of the world, of the planet. It's just that some of you ain't shit. And I didn't teach you that. Divine destiny, path of the divine warrior. The divine warrior is the one who will say what she means and what she means to say. She will say it. And then she will say it no matter who's there to listen. You know why? Because you're all her children. And you will all bow down and listen to your mother. I'm not asking you, am I your mother? I'm telling you. How did I become your mother? By being the oldest on the planet. That's how. And it is what it is. You're just going to have to accept it. Funky. That's right. Anybody who doesn't like it is who I'm talking to. You have dominated everything for far too long. Divine destiny. The divine warrior. Well, let me back this up. Let me back that thing up just a moment. Divine destiny. Path of the divine warrior and spiritual work of the higher initiate. And to be a warrior is to be a high initiate in whatever it is. For instance, I am a high initiate of seeing through people. You may be a high initiate of whatever it is that you do. Your superpower. Mine is my willpower is stronger than most. Why? Because I speak truth to power's face. Good morning, grand risings. Let me say that again. I speak truth to power's face. You can't say that and the camera is off. You see how I deal with truth as we go? I just wanted to turn the camera on to make that point. Grand risings. Back to business. The divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as the inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path, even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within. That is it. Not the warrior on some makeshift land battlefield and they're harpooning back and forth bombs and missiles and whatnot. Because those are the bitches that we talked about before. They have to stand behind their guns, knives, steel, and bullets, and all of that. They can't face each other straight up. They want to stand in their territory and harpoon some shit back and forth. Very idiotic movement. Everyone knows you must chop the head of your enemy off face to fucking face. Unless another way is through ritual. But the warrior within, that's what we talking about. It's mainly bitches who can't look within and correct their fuck shit. You understand? And you can be a bitch as a man, a grown ass man. Don't think because you're a grown ass man, nobody won't call you a bitch. Because when you display bitch tendencies, that is the label you wear. I don't give a fuck how old you are. This is not something a divine warrior cannot say. A divine warrior must say what is truth. And the truth is, some of you out there harping about shit that you don't like, you ain't seen nothing yet. When the earth quakes, don't be no motherfucking warrior and then turn bitch when the earth quake. No, you got bombs and shit though. When your shit start trembling, I see that look on your face, pure terror. So, lose the rhetoric. Lose the war rhetoric. We all know you motherfuckers are bitches that can't go head up with nobody. Yes, the white men of the world have absolutely portrayed the bitch ass shit for a very long time. You are the bitches of the planet in everybody's eyes. Let's go. I only see the pale skinned person on the planet trying to blow up every motherfucking thing. That's what I see. Do you see anything different? Everybody else is trying to fight for the right to exist. And you think the mother of all is going to allow such fuckery? Oh no. A major ass whooping gotta happen. And let's just face it, it's way too many of you for me to pull out my strap and start busting your asses one by one. A whole group gonna get swallowed up at one time. And there's a place for the innocents. Because the wrath of the goddess, everything came through her womb. So my mama used to tell me, I brought you here and I take you the fuck out. And I'm saying, the goddess is saying, that's where she got that saying from. It went all the way down through all of them years. But it was a goddess that said it first. I brought you here, little motherfuckers that want to fuck up the world, blow it up and everything you want to do to it. I brought you here and you getting ready to get the fuck out. Because all y'all bad apples is not going to kill all my babies. It's a motherfucking lie. So, let the games begin. We up early. Remember this podcast, those who are watching it now and those who will see it later. The raft is just about here. Just about. Sources say. See, I bet you a lot of you think I might be talking out my ass, but I tell you one thing. There's nothing more important to me in my life than my spirituality. Yes, out of 24 hours, at least 22. No, 23, baby, because I'm Tanya goddamn 23. I wish I would not pick 23 on this motherfucking broadcast. 23 of them hours is in the spirit, because I only need one earthly hour to fuck with all of you. Hot mess. Sis with asses. My children are hot messes. Sis. I don't know what you want to do. Don't know if you want war. Don't know if you want peace. You don't know if you want fucking McDonald's or Burger King down here. Let me just tell you one thing. No matter what you eat, pray over it. And if it's Pepsi, tell God to make it work like water. I'm telling you about the power of your mind. I'm not even going to go there right now because I don't think you know how powerful you are. Because if you do, because if everybody did, or if most knew, ain't no way the world could be in this goddamn condition. America. Who gets the shaft here? the young and the old. They keep the old poor and the young chasing it. Just chasing it. Only to find out that it took a whole lot to get there. As we say, do for self at all times. Do for self. I won't give a damn if you like eating sunflower seeds. Make sure you at least plant a damn sunflower. Goddess talk. If you like plums, maybe next time you get a plum and you eat it down to the seed, take your time and go out there and dig a hole and drop it in there and keep on fucking moving. The earth appreciates you. She loves people like that. What do you do with your time? Do we spend all our time just fighting for liberation? Or do we ever do anything for the liberator? What about the planet? Oh, the planet, all right. Oh, the planet, all right. It's us that. Shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. You on the planet. You think that don't matter? You ain't doing nothing to the planet by being on it? She all right? No, she not. She's going to be in tandem with the goddess when she come through. They're going to work together on that ass. Well, I know it sounds dreary and weary and whatnot, but it is what it is. Now, there is a bright side to it. Because after the divine warrior come through, then maybe we can actually get somewhere. It'll actually be in the recovery stage, though. You know how they got what is it? Rescue. They got alert, rescue. And when the rescue don't turn out so well, it becomes a recovery effort. Well, motherfuckers, it's going to be recovery time. That's when the Jubilee is going to begin. Not before that. And that can only happen when thems that call themselves adults look within your wretched, wicked ass heart before it stops from the next burger or fucking cigarette you fucking smoke. That's right, an ex-smoker. Up with hope and down with the dope. I'd rather smoke a joint. Anyways. Game on. It's 7:34 on this Wednesday. Some of you are going to be on 9 to 5 and whatnot. Be not weary in well-doing. I know they all get on your fucking nerves. But you gotta eat here on this planet that they's taking and for hostage and selling every goddamn thing to everybody, even the basics. the notion they have my children down here buying bottled water. They have my children down here drinking synthetic milk when we told them the reverence of the cow, what the cow meant. You don't think the cow had pus back then? No, we're smarter. We can't even solve damn problems, issues, negotiate. Some of you have even gone through over $100,000 worth of goddamn education, and you still can't politic nothing. Well, the goddess is not going to wait for man to try to solve his wretched ass problems. I'll see you soon. One thing you won't be able to say, don't say you didn't know. Don't say it took you by surprise. Don't say you couldn't believe it. Because every day is a day for the world to get it right. Hey, what's stopping them from saying, hey, I'm President Leatherface Biden. I'm calling an address. You know how they embark on your favorite goddamn TV program that you was looking at, and all of a sudden it's a special report. You remember that? Well, they could still do that. Well, imagine he decided to do that and got on there and said, as your commander-in-chief, I say everybody stand down. Every American family will not work today. You will stay home. We're going to come to some kind of agreements today on this planet in our negotiations as a country and how we work with others around the world. I want to stop and just say, forgive us. Forgive us. For we didn't know how greedy we was being before. We didn't realize the wrath of hell would come back. Can't we just make everything great again? At this point, not even that would work. It is too late. Only the goddess shall come through and regulate. And her father Ra will be with her until the end and beyond. There is no end in the portal of light, which is our divine destiny. Peace and love. This has been an oracle reading by a Scorpio sun, Cancer moon, Gemini rising, 3 planet in Scorpio stellium. Ashe.